Hello, I'm Dr. Brandt Gibson, and today I want to talk to you about bunion deformity. So as you remember, we're going through very carefully the most common conditions that we see in the foot and ankle and helping you answer those 4 questions. Number 1, what is a bunion deformity? So when you have the normal foot, everything should be nice in nice straight alignment. But when you have a bunion, the first metatarsal, this one right here, is turned out, and the hallux, or the great toe, is turned in. So it actually causes a prominence on the foot on the outside, which looks like a bony prominence because it is. It's bone, but it's not necessarily a big bump, although over time, because of that pressure and because of what's going on, you start to get a growth here, or an overgrowth of bone, similar to the callus formation on the skin. As you rub the skin over and over and over and over again, it starts to create a thicker skin, which is a callus. Bone creates the same thing. As you get pressure on a prominent bone, it'll get bigger and create more of a bony prominence, which is your bunion. So a bunion is a deformity of the first ray, the first metatarsal, and the phalanx, or the phalanx of the great toe, or the hallux. And what it's doing is creating a deformity in the foot that can be problematic. It can cause pretty significant pain. It can cause issues with wearing shoes, and it can cause other problems that way. So that was number 1. What is? Number 2 is, why does it happen? Most of the time people are saying, okay, was it a shoe I wore? Was it an activity I did? Are there things that I'm doing that's making it worse? Now, although there are things that can make it worse, the number 1 reason that you have a bunion or a bunion deformity is genetics. 1, the way the foot is developed, the way the foot is formed, the alignment of the bones, the alignment of the rear foot to the front forefoot, and all that kind of stuff plays into this as part of forming a bunion. The way that you walk, the way that the foot functions and the leg functions, and your gait analysis type processes, what each step, do you pronate, do you supinate, or whatever, will cause this to be more of a problem. However, you can make it worse by wearing certain shoes. If you have a tendency towards bunions and you wear tighter shoes, or shoes that actually make it harder for the foot to be in a good position, you can make bunions worse. Ballerinas, a lot of times, because of the activities they put their feet through, if they have a tendency towards bunions, will have a significantly larger bunion, a significantly bigger problem than if they didn't have that tendency. So you can make it worse, but it's really genetics that's causing the problem. Number 3 is, what can you do for it yourself? What can you do at home? So the biggest thing in the bunion problem is the deformity, right? Where the first metatarsal is curved out, the hallux is curved in, and so anything that straightens that out, so if you put a spacer in here, for example, just a gel spacer, some people will put cotton or something like that, that holds it straight, that can make a difference. There are certain types of splints and so forth. Their goal is just to hold it straight, and you're reducing symptoms is all you're doing. There are certain types of padding, we can put a gel pad on the outside so it actually keeps it from rubbing. Again, really, you're reducing symptoms. Same type of thing. A lot of times people have a bunion and say, oh, this doesn't really bother me if I wear wider shoes. Great, wear wider shoes. That's one of the ways that you can treat it at home. The truth is, there is nothing you can do at home. There's nothing that you can actually do to self-treat it that will actually fix the bunion problem, that will take it away and make it no longer a problem. So whether it's wearing certain types of shoes, wearing orthotics that slow down the progression, whether it's padding or splinting or whatever, all you're doing is reducing symptoms and slowing down the progression so it doesn't get worse, but you're not fixing the bunion problem. Ultimately, there will come a time, if it becomes painful, where you may need to go to the doctor, which is number 4. When should you go to the doctor? The truth is, a bunion deformity is both a cosmetic problem, where you can actually see it and it doesn't look good. A lot of people are not happy with how their feet look, and can be a symptomatic problem, or pain, burning, swelling, all of those kind of things. The truth is, you treat this not because it doesn't look good. You treat this because it interferes with life. So you go to the doctor if it hurts, if it's limiting your ability to function like you want to. Sometimes we'll go to the doctor because you're unable to wear shoes, or certain types of shoes. I don't recommend you say, oh, I want to wear tighter, cuter shoes, that's why I'm going to go get a bunion surgery. That's not what I recommend. But if you're saying, okay, normal shoes that I would wear to exercise or to do normal activities or to attend my church or whatever are causing pretty significant pain, that could justify doing surgery. So the point is, you go to the doctor when you have a significant amount of pain, and then there are treatments that can be done. Most of the time, the best treatment when you get to the point where you're going to the doctor is doing a form of surgery where you actually treat the bunion and actually fix the problem. So you now know what a bunion is. You know what's causing it. You know what you can do at home, and you know when you should go to the doctor. This is Dr. Brandt Gibson, and this is your Podiatry Tips, day 153, bunion deformity, or Hallux Abducto Valgus, which is the medical term for a bunion. Thank you. Have a great day.